Hey guys, we've got a pretty good video for you today. I got a ton of boosters from that dice event that we had, and I can't remember where I got the other one from. But I might could have been spent from the dice event. I had about 3 boosters, so I finally got done using them all, and we have got 5 5-star food, so we can make our first 6-star. Now, this takes a long time. As you can see, I've got 3 max star rainbowmon that are or 5-star rainbowmon. Now, where can we get those from? If we go up to the power up and we click on this evolution reward, you can see when you make your first 5-star, you will get one of these. So on the day 5 of logging in, you will get 1 max 4-star Rainbow Mon. Our first 6-star, we'll also get another one. So once we get our first 6-star, then we will get another one as well. And then so we can get a possible of 2 theirs from our first 5-star and our first 6-star. Now, this is the first 6-star from each attribute, so I can get a total of 5 of these. Because I can get one from my first water monster, my first wind monster, my first light, and my first dark. So all 5 attributes, you can get all of these rewards right here, which is the first 6-star evolution. So you can get those 5 times. You can only get the first 5-star evolution reward once, though. So we can get one from there. Another place we can get them is if we go to community, if we go to the guild shop, you can get one from the guild shop each week if you're in a guild where you're getting points. Right now, I am just sitting in a guild. I'm not actually battling yet, but that will happen sooner or later. So you can get one from there. If we go down to Trial of Ascension, which is resetting pretty soon, if we go to reward info, if we can get to stage 60, we can get one from there as well. So there's a bunch of different ways you can get them just from in the game. Now, the other thing we can get them from is we get them from events. So I believe the dice event was one, and then I believe an event before that was the other one. So that's where my 3 came from. So my first 5-star, and then those 2 events gave me those 2. They're super helpful because you don't have to level up. Like you can see, I leveled up a Griffin, I leveled up a Battle Mammoth to 5-star max level. So you wouldn't have to do that to get all your food. So just something to note on when you're 6-starring a monster. You need at least 25 3-star monsters. That doesn't mean they have to start at 3-star. But what that means is there's 5 monsters here. So if you had 0 of these 4-star Rainbow Mon that were at max level, you'd have to get a monster up to that level and then be able to eat them. So you'd have to have 5 monsters there, and then they each take 4 stars to evolve. So for each monster, that's 5, or so that'd be 4 more maxed 3 stars for that one monster. So we're looking at that there. That's for 5 of them. That's 25 monsters because we got the 5 right here, and then we got the 4 for each food. So that's 25. And then if you want to use, like I did, use 2 stars or leftover 3 stars that you aren't going to use to make those into 4 stars, you're going to need 75 of those 2 stars because you need 3 for each that you're going to be evolving up. So it can take a lot of monsters. But what you do not want to do is if I go to my storage here, I still have all my 4 stars here. You do not want to eat these if this is your only copy of them. You always want to save at least 1 copy of your 4 stars. So especially light and darks, like this Dark Undone, even though I'm probably not going to use her, I don't want to get rid of her in case she does get buffed. Or like the Fire Lich. Like maybe Fire Lich is going to get better, or maybe I'll use him later. So I want to make sure I have one when he does get better. I don't want to just go, well, I want to make this unit really right now. I'm just going to eat him. So I saved all my 4 stars. I saved my Randy and my Copper because I'm going to need both of those for Guild Wars. And then I saved a lot of my fusion materials. And then I saved all my light and dark 3 stars that I've gotten. It's the same thing like with the 4 stars. The light and dark 3 stars aren't farmable, most of them anyways. So you don't want to get rid of them because you don't know when you're going to use them in the future. So that's why I saved all of them. But I do have those 5 ready to go. Now, something I'm going to show you real quick is my Veramos. He can solo Tamor Hell. So Tamor Desert Hell, he can solo that level 3 north. He can do that very, very easily, and he's not really going to die. And these are the stats that are on him right now. I gave him pretty much all the good runes that I've gotten, and I maxed most of them out. So he is on a Swift and Broken set because, remember, we got this shop from the rune, or We got this rune from the shop. Der. This one also from the shop. This one also from the shop, and we did end up getting that to plus 15. This one we got from Giants, and we got this one from the shop as well. So he's got my strongest runes on him. He's super fast. He's got a good amount of HP. Still not awakened yet because again, it's gonna take 20 highs, and we got to get 15 mid highs. Once he's awakened, those stat boosts are going to help out his accuracy a lot. He's going to get 1 speed faster, so he's going to go to 100, and it's just going to be a little bit more HP, a little bit more attack, a little bit more defense. As I drop my phone here, so we're going to keep working on that, but we don't have to wait to awaken him to evolve him to 6-star, because that just doesn't make sense. He's going to be my strongest monster. Now again, as you notice, I have about 0 monsters right now. So what I can do is I can just summon some from unknown scrolls, and so I can level them up as I'm leveling my Veramos up, or I can just have my Veramos be leveling himself up. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing, is probably just having our Veramos level himself up. So we are going to go ahead and use these 5 monsters, and we are going to go ahead and hit evolve. Alright, so, and bam, we got our first 6-star. So our first 6-star is Veramos, so it's a great way to start out your account is with a 6-star Veramos. One of the strongest monsters in the game. Alright, so there's our 100 crystals we just got from the 6-star reward, and that's just from being in here. So we're going to get that rainbowmon tomorrow, we're going to get the scrolls, the other rainbowmon, and then that devilmon. All you have to do is just log in, and that's all it takes. So we're going to go ahead, and we are going to... see, we've got these Angelmon here. Even though they're not awakened, they will still grant this XP bonus. So the XP granted when used as power material greatly increases according to the monster's level. The amount of XP also increases through awakening. So if I awaken this, yes, it's very good to use on a wind monster. But since I'm not using them on a wind monster or a fire monster, I don't need to awaken them, and I can just feed them to my Veramos. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I'm feeding these Angelmon to him is because now he's at level 20. His stats at level 20 are going to be better than they were at max 5-star. So already he's the same strength and a little bit stronger, because it's about level 18 that they're about the same as a max 5-star. So he's the same strength as he just was, basically. And he's a tiny bit stronger at level 20. So now I can just go do Timor 3 north, and we can just let him go through here. So it takes about, I think, a minute a run. We'll see here when he actually goes through. But it takes about a minute a run when he was at max 5-star, so I'm assuming it's going to take about that same length of time. And do remember that he is max skills, because we saved all of our Devilmon to make sure that we could feed our Veramos, so that he would have our best basically set up. So it should be really, really good for us to have a 6-star monster now that we can use as our farmer. We can use as our rep monster, so other people will be more inclined to add us as a friend and keep us as a friend because we have a 6-star rep. That sometimes people do that if you don't have a good enough rep monster, they will unadd you. So as you can see here, he's at half health. Pretty easy for him just to keep going through and do this. He's not really in any danger of dying. It's good dot, got dot on him, and we're done. And let's see. So it was a minute even. So like I said, right around a minute. And if he's by himself, he gets all the experience. So he's just gained another level there because he's got 14,400 experience for himself. So that works out really well. Now, if you guys want to know, like 2 episodes ago maybe, I bought a premium pack. That was why, was because I need to get the initial food to start leveling. Almost all of the rest of my food came out of Timor Desert. Because if you remember, Timor Desert, if you go to drop info, it drops a Griffin, a Serpent, and a Salamander. So it drops 2 different 3-stars, so there's a lot better chance that we're going to get a 3-star monster from those runs. And then the Hell mode drops drops 3 stars more often. So we got a lot of Griffins and a lot of Serpents, and that helped us speed up that process quite a bit. So I just want to show you guys where I'm at. So we do finally have a 6-star monster. And it is our Veramos, and so it is our first 6-star monster, because we're going to be using him as everything. We're going to use him as our farmer, our dungeon monster, our PvP monster, our TOA monster. He's used everywhere. If you have the opportunity to do what I did and fuse him before you make a 6-star, he is pretty much the perfect first 6-star. because it's a monster you can use everywhere and can be used in pretty much everything. So, thanks you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.